Because it's a day ending in Y, the Canadian political left is freaking out about something extremely stupid. Over time, I've noticed what gets them the most elevated is simply noticing radical things that they do. They're very proud of doing those radical things, but they're secretly very insecure about people finding out about their different hyper progressive initiatives. And so that's why today, the executive director of the Western Standard, Derek Fildebrandt, is my hero for making this video in an airport bathroom that is making the left lose their minds because they don't want you to notice.
This is Derek Fildebrandt of the Western Standard. I'm in the Ottawa International Airport, and I came to take a leak before my flight. And well, I just found some that we've reported on that I just never really believed it was too stupid to really be real. This is, well, you're seeing backwards on my camera here, but that is napkin serviette. I think that's a maxi pad, more or less, and a tampon. I assure you, I am not in the ladies' room. I'm in a federally regulated men's room. So, I don't mean to take federal resources from taxpayers here, but I'm going to get a... Oh no, there's no more taxi pads for my dick. Let me try tampon. Okay, there's no more out, unfortunately. But I do have a tampon here. The machine appears to be out of maxi pads and tampons for men. But here we go. This is from me in the men's room at a federally regulated bathroom in the People's Republic of Canada. God bless you, people.
I love seeing that video. It's just so ridiculous to actually know that this goes on. I haven't been in an airport in a long time, so I actually haven't seen these machines. But simply Derek Fildebrandt committing the crime of noticing had the left mobbing him on X or Twitter. They're mad because, not because he said anything rude or anything like that. He's merely just pointing out, hey, look, there's tampons and maxi pads that you can get in men's bathrooms in federally regulated buildings. And you think they'd be like, well, of course, it's a fantastic policy. It's inclusive. No. Actually, Derek Fildebrandt is a very nasty and evil man for having shot this video. And so there's so many comments out there like this. This guy, David Muscope, some loser journalist from Alberta, I believe, he says, why are you filming in a public bathroom? There's a lot of comments along those lines of people saying, why are they like this? Responding to Mark Milkey a couple days ago, also taking a screenshot from Derek Fildebrandt's video and saying, why are these in male bathrooms? You know, people all over the place saying, well, why is there pervert filming in the bathroom? Who's gonna call the police in Ottawa's airport? This is a travesty. I can't believe he's filming this. They don't care he's filming in a men's bathroom. They don't actually care about the sanctity of bathrooms. That's why they don't really care about protecting women's spaces, women's sports, or any of this other stuff. They don't like you noticing. And so Derek Fildebrandt has committed a crime against the narrative by merely noticing this stuff. Yes, he did call it ridiculous. That's as far as his commentary really went there. He just said, hey, look, this is going on. And now they're deeply upset and they're feigning offense at him filming in a bathroom. They don't give a crap that he's filming in a bathroom. They're mad because he went in there and took a photo of something that a lot of Canadians don't actually know goes on. They are proud of the accomplishment of getting these machines put into men's bathrooms. At the same time, they actually don't want the average middle-class voter to know about this, because if the average middle-class voter starts to pay attention to this, they might stop voting NDP and Liberal. They want them to keep voting left. At the same time, they're pushing initiatives that will make people stop voting left if they notice. So they need you to stop noticing. And they're trying to code noticing as right-wing. If you just merely point out, why do we have these in men's bathrooms? Or why do kids need to be read to by a drag queen? You're then labeled as far right for noticing something. As if noticing something and asking a question is actually wrong. But it is now right-wing coded to notice silly things going on, even though that basically means the left is labeling everyone far right because only them and their 2% of the population who believes in this stuff actually wants these things implemented. And you got so many comments like this. Luke LeBrun from Press Progress saying, I don't know what's more remarkable, that Derek decided to record a video in a public washroom, or that Derek decided to post it to Twitter right before going on a 4-hour flight and setting his phone on airplane mode. Like, who cares? And what does he owe you a response or something like that? And the fact that all these people think that they're going to somehow get a good gotcha by saying, oh, Derek's filming in a public bathroom. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Men don't actually care about that, at least in my mind. I don't think anyone's going to be that uncomfortable. They're probably more uncomfortable by the introduction of these machines, but Derek was going at it with people for a while here. More power to him. But all these people just saying, well, I can't believe you're even mad about this. It's just tampons in the bathroom. What's so bad about that? You don't have to use them. They're there for trans men. And it's like, well, I don't want them there because I want to live in a rational world where we do things that make sense. And when we start doing things that don't make sense, I think our government's a little bit sick in the head and they aren't actually grounded with both feet firmly planted on the earth. I think that these people are, I think that initiatives like this are indicative of the idea that the government doesn't know what it's doing, that they are deeply out of touch with what most Canadians want, and it's a microcosm of the amount of money that they're wasting. Our federal budget has gone up by 66% since 2015 when Harper left office, and a lot of that spending is on ridiculous nonsense like this. I hope in the next Conservative government they put together, when they start making cuts, a nonsense category of what their cuts are. Just fill up a big pie chart with just how many of the cuts are of just stuff like this, costing people millions of dollars a year in taxpayer money, and that it is not, and that it benefits literally zero people. Nobody cares. Like them celebrating Asexuality Day on April 6th. Who was actually asking them to spend money celebrating that day, making graphics, posting about it, having ministers giving time to it? Nobody. But it demonstrates that these people are supremely out of touch with what Canadians want. Remember when the left was freaking out when Michelle Ferreri went into the men's room after even making sure nobody was there to show that in the federal parliament's buildings, like the parliamentary buildings, they had started putting tampons and pads in like baskets next to the sinks early on to the initiative when they weren't installing the new machines. They freaked out at her too. Suddenly they're mad that somebody is walking into the wrong bathroom. You're a woman. You're not allowed into the men's bathroom. What? So wait, sex exists now, guys? We actually have to look out for what bathroom we walk into? Or is it there's just a stupid gotcha because they don't want you to notice and they will dogpile you for noticing? And I think the right thing to do going forward is to keep noticing. But anyways, I want to just also mention that, not mention, but I'm inserting in the description of the video below Derek Fildebrandt's X account. I want you guys to all follow him. That was an epic thing that he did, and I want you to reward him by giving him some of your attention. He in the Western Standard does a lot of good work, and I hope that he keeps doing stuff like this that makes the left freak out, because the more people who know about stuff like this and then sees the left's reaction to you pointing it out is going to drive a lot more people to be voting Conservative in the next federal election. And on that theme, I just want to quickly mention the fact that I, Wyatt Claypool, am running for the Conservative Party nomination for Calgary Signal Hill. It's on the west side of Calgary. These are what the new riding boundaries are going to look like after April. So if you live in this area, buy a membership, vote for me #1 on your ballot, and check out my website in the description below, WyattClaypool.com. And then also, if you don't live in the riding, but you want to help out the National Telegraph and myself, you can donate to the Give, Send, Go link in the description, raising money for our legal fund because we're being sued by a ridiculous developer billionaire who's suing us for defamation. And after more than 2 years of pursuing this case, he hasn't actually shown any evidence to how we've defamed him, because our guest writer who mentioned him in an article merely hyperlinked to a Globe and Mail investigation about him, and we said nothing new. But that was enough to get us sued for defamation, and he wants like $900,000. So I've paid more than $26,000 defending us, and I have another $3,000 bill coming up. So if you can donate anything to that, it really helps us out, and it helps us be able to reinvest more money in actually growing the channel rather than just fighting idiots in the courtroom. Anyways, that should be it for me today, guys. Have a good one.